Hello, everyone. Hello all. So today we have a special guest with us, Aishwarya Govinkar. She is a software engineer to Dell Technologies, and Aishwarya has built a strong career in the data governance as well as software engineering, and she knows the importance of the networking and the career growth in the tech industry. So in this podcast, we'll talk about how networking can help you guys and the best ways to connect with the professionals and how to use the LinkedIn effectively and build a strong career in the tech. So Aishwarya, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Imran. Hello, all. Myself, Aishwarya, working as a software engineer in specializing in data governance at Dell Technologies. I began my career as a technical support with VxRail at our organization, but over time, getting a strong foundational and other technical skills, troubleshooting and problem solving skills and technical support, over time, I just transitioned into software engineering, focusing on data governance, security, and compliance, because these are the critical areas which are very, really important to drive the data in the industry today. So, not only this, during my journey, during my career growth, I have learned not only technical skills, but there are other remaining aspects that come in where I can see myself growing, not only technically, but growing my network, foundational network so strong, and getting all the adaptability to connect with people and to focus on the other fields in the industry to transition as a software engineer. So I am very excited to discuss all these strategies for career advancement and networking. So let's dive in.
Yeah, so that's great, Aishwarya. Okay, so first let's start with very basic questions. Okay, so can you just let us know like why networking is important as like student or a fresh graduates?
Networking, I would say it's important for everyone, not only students or fresh graduate, even who want to grow into their career or who want to transition into their career. Especially students, everybody should start networking today because it gives you a huge space to showcase your skills and showcase your portfolio, how you are doing in your career, and how to connect with new people and grab the opportunities over the platform, right? So it's a huge platform right now. It's not like olden days. So you can focus on it and start connecting with people, join forums, join LinkedIn, and share your thoughts, show your perspective, present yourself basically. So show your
Yeah,
power
that
over
that's very
there,
important. Correct. Yeah. So
right? Yeah.
presentation.
So
Yeah, correct.
yeah, so anything doesn't come overnight. So if I want to find something, I cannot find it go and right away I want this, so I have to build that thing. So if students start building that thing, they would find better opportunities and open door for themselves.
Correct. So even I just wanted to add a point because so generally, as you highlighted the correct sentence that people shy off like to put something. Okay. So
Exactly.
they think that okay, so we are not at that good stage. Okay. So that we can start the networking because
Yes.
as you highlighted. So if they are want to share something. Okay. I mean like in terms of projects or in terms of their interest. So even today people will not share their interest on the LinkedIn. Okay. So that's some will
Right.
feel that okay in that crowd. Okay. They're lost, right? So of course
Yes.
it will start with the day zero. Okay, so that's very important. Okay,
Right.
can we just let's discuss some of the misconceptions? Okay, what generally students will have about the networking?
Yeah, so if I feel like a student, right, into their shoes, I feel like, will I get a response or not? Like, how do I speak? That fear of how do I communicate? How do I start with? So, some of the misconceptions are only high profiles can contact or start networking with each other. Or maybe I should reach this stage to start posting, to start connecting with people. I should have these high profiles or these high projects. So it's not like that. You can start stepwise. You can start writing something or you can start observing something. You can always say, hey, I'm interested into this field, could you please give me some guidance? Or attend events and talk to someone to say, hey, I'm interested, and what was your experience at your company, or what are the trends in your company or trends in the industry? So you can just have those goals in your mind and just start it like that, so there is no misconception as such, whether you have to be an expert or this thing to start with.
Yes, so that's
Right?
great point actually. So, so when should students actually start building their professional network? Okay, is it we have like specific like they need to start within college days or they need to wait for their degree to be completed? Okay, so what's your idea on this?
So I would say there is no time, as we were discussing, right? So if you
Mhm.
want to start today, you are not starting from zero. You already have something in your hands, whether it may be your skills or a single project, whether it may be you would start searching for it or observing for it. So there is no time as such. Any one fresher student, they could start. For example, I started showing up on LinkedIn during COVID times because
Mhm.
everybody started socializing. I didn't
Correct.
have anything. I just started with a single certification or a 2 hour course. I just posted
Mhm.
saying, hey, look at my achievement or look
Mhm.
at my
Mhm.
skills. So people started
Mhm.
engaging with me. So that's how you can take your first step.
Correct.
Right.
For the students who just shy off, right? So they don't have like they don't have idea like from where to begin. Okay, can you just give us some simple ways that they can start networking from today itself?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So the students who are shy of, they need not to go and talk to the people directly. So we have this LinkedIn Premium, and all the tools, AI tools. So you can just design a simple personalized template saying, "Hi, I am so and so. I am studying or working or I'm looking for so and so. So could you please help me with the guidance or an opportunity, not straight off opportunity maybe, or could you please guide me how is your experience, or could you please guide me to work on this or get this certification." So there is no face to face interaction on LinkedIn, I would say. So simply
Mhm.
sending a connection request with a personalized message can help. Or
Mhm.
if you're not too shy, go and attend events and
Mhm.
watch there. So there would be some professional setting over there. So watch their interactions first, then you'll get
Mhm.
some learning from that. Then you
Mhm.
can start with that.
Yes. So many of the students will be in the college. I mean, like the college is something that there's a first step of the networking, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
can you just tell us like so how the students can make use of that college life so that they can build a professional network within if they are in the college itself? Yeah.
Correct. There would be some student groups or some leadership groups or some events happening. They would call this expert guest into from the industry to their colleges, right? I suggest to attend more such sort of events because you would meet different kinds of people, whether it's technology or whether it's motivation, any topic. So go and attend or join such student groups and start take initiative for yourself, that I would speak or go and talk to this person and get to know about their experience or something. Otherwise, you can also, the good way to start with is like contacting or connecting with your college alumni. So they would be
Correct.
knowing you, right? They would be knowing you as a student, as a junior. So it's easy to talk with. So you can have such contacts, or maybe you can go and ask your professors, like, who do I contact, or show me someone to
Mhm.
contact with or connect with. So that can really leverage things.
Yes, I just wanted to add on. I think like they can participate in hackathons. I mean, like
Right.
most of the colleges they have the groups as well, right?
Right.
So they can get into the groups. Okay, they can connect with their seniors. Okay, so most
Right.
of the guidance they'll get it from the seniors as well, right?
True.
Yeah. So can you just tell us like so how important the networking like when important the networking is and how what it played an important role in your career. I mean like so because you're working in the Dell and most of the people like they'll have the dream to get into such companies as well, right? So can you
Right.
just talk about that?
When it comes to important, it plays an important role, because you can't sit at one college, or you can't
Mhm.
sit at your home and say, I'm working on these skills, and have
Mhm.
nobody to show. So if there's a network, people will watch your work, right? If people will watch your work, people will observe your skills, maybe guide you, suggest you, even at your college places. They look for your projects, and you can stand out from the crowd, basically. So it's
Mhm.
like a
Mhm.
self branding. So you're
Mhm.
branding yourself, showing your skills. So for me, when I started networking, since I transitioned from technical support to software, that's how it helped me to transition
Mhm.
from one sector to another
Okay.
sector,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I just got few contacts who helped me out to find this job opportunity within my organization, because I knew so many people right
Mhm.
here, the other team. So I just aligned my interest and started searching for it, started reaching out to people that I'm
Mhm.
interested in
Mhm.
so and so. So I
Mhm.
have these skills, I am looking for this. So they just help me to find this opportunity. So when
Mhm.
you're open to all such things, you will find opportunities coming to you. So you're opening
Mhm.
gateways to you. So you
Correct.
cannot stay at your place and say, I want this. Why is it not showing up or not coming? So you have to take a step, and then people will come to you.
Hmm. So like so we have the LinkedIn, right, which is quite popular. So we'll
Right.
talk more about that later. But so do people reply? I mean, like that have we have that generally the student will have that misconception. Okay, so what if I just send some message or I just wanted to show like my interest for some for some startups or they want to connect with some managers. So do they reply? I mean, like just I wanted to know that.
Okay, so yes, they do reply, but it should be in a certain template. Like if you're
Yeah.
randomly sending a generic template, so nobody would see or observe that, right? So if you're
Mm-hmm.
following that person, so he will notice that you are following him, right? And then they see that message saying, "Hi Aishwarya, I am interested. I have seen you're
Mm-hmm.
working in the so and so field, and I this question, like I am getting inspired from this, so I would like to know this." So slowly people will start looking at you, or maybe if you're already in their connection network, so if you start commenting on their achievements or start following them, or start sharing their posts, they would notice you furthermore. So yes, I do reply to my people who are starting messaging me saying that I need this, or I need an advice, or I need a referral. Yes, I do reply, and people do reply. So one or
Mm-hmm.
couple of two may not reply, but there is no harm in trying, right? You can
Correct.
send as many
Yeah,
connection.
that's the main point. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so people shy out and say, "Hey, I'm not going to do this. This is something else." There is nothing wrong. Just
Yeah.
try
Correct.
to build that. People will either reply or you're just good.
Correct. So even you mentioned the template, okay, that's very important because generally
Right.
what students, yeah, generally what they do is like we have that auto messages, right? So randomly they're
Yes.
gonna send. So they should avoid this, okay? So when it
Avoid
comes to
this.
the
Yes.
proper networking, when it comes to proper, like if they have the proper strategy to reach out some people and they want to reply, they need to follow certain strategies to that, right? So can you,
Yes.
okay? So we have talked about it more about networking. So can you just tell us like some of the platforms, okay? So that could be the best ways for the networking. Yeah.
I could see LinkedIn first being as a top platform, and other than LinkedIn, there could be some good platforms like Twitter or any social platforms. Whether it's a platform for the university, right? For my
Mhm.
college, I
Mhm.
could connect
Mhm.
on my platform itself as an alumni and help my juniors too. So
Mhm.
whether it is any platform, it doesn't matter unless until you're connecting in a proper way, and
Mhm.
you know what you're trying to do. You're not just simply going here and there and trying to find and connect randomly
Mhm.
with the people. So any platform is fine unless until you know what you're doing and what you're posting or what you're aligning with.
Mhm. So is it
Yes.
to being active in the LinkedIn is very important? I mean, like for the networking. So some people have the profiles. Okay, I mean, like so they have just created the profile for the sake
Creative.
of
Yeah.
just creating it. So is it
Yes.
important like for the to show their interest or daily posting something? Is it important? Like is it matters like for the people who are looking like for the job sake, right? So is it important? Like what do you think?
So yes, it is important. I would not say posting on daily basis or opening it every day and start
Mm.
posting or looking for the people and start liking their post or sharing their post. So if you want to find an opportunity, you cannot get it right away. Like if I want to find a job now, I'll go to LinkedIn. I can't start talking to people right away. I want to stay in touch with people in a periodic time, right? I would observe what are their job changes. I would observe who is doing well, who is doing fine. So that
Mm-hmm.
is important. Staying in touch, staying in contact, not showing up. I'm on LinkedIn like every day, but
Mm-hmm.
I periodically or sometimes posting something, congratulating, motivating things. It boosts your
Mm-hmm.
confidence, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
is important. So maintaining your profile is important, and having that visibility that yes, I am on certain profile and I'm maintaining that. That is important. Not every day, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, maintaining it is important.
Correct. So it's basically the personal branding, right? So they need to represent themselves in one of the LinkedIn platform. Okay.
Platform, right?
So yeah. So can you tell us like is it the whenever for example if someone is looking for the job, okay? So is it like through the networking can people get the job? Is it just a misconception or is it true? Okay, the people get it through the networking as well.
Yes, it's 50-50. When you're searching jobs to networking, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have to show that you are standing out from the crowd. Like there are
Mm-hmm.
plenty of job platforms, whether you see Indeed, Naukri, or any other platform. So
Mm-hmm.
they would upload their resumes there, but they don't have the opportunity to showcase it as in profile and the work you're doing or the portfolio. Here you would be having the opportunity to showcase your skills, certifications, or as a personal branding again, or a portfolio where people are observing, recruiters are observing specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get in contact with a recruiter, he would definitely go out and watch and see why are you trying to contact him and why should he give you an opportunity. In that way, yes, we can find jobs through networking, and yes, there are chances to be recruited. But I would always say that present yourself very professionally to the
Mhm.
recruiters, because it's not a platform like a social platform. Yes, it
Correct. So
is
generally, how
social.
we have the Insta and
Yeah,
Facebook. Okay, yeah, correct.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's professionally social, so you have to know how to be or how to get set into that and how to have a conversation to get the right opportunities. So that's
Mhm.
where people miss out, I would
Correct.
say. Yeah.
Okay, so because you told about recruiters, like how students can connect with the recruiters on LinkedIn. So can you just give some ideas
Yeah,
on that?
so if you go to LinkedIn, right, you have multiple filters. There are
Mhm.
recruiters hiring, saying that they're
Mhm.
hiring or search for the recruiter. Let's say I'm applying for this role called software engineer
Mhm.
role. You could just put a filter called software engineer, type software engineer, and put this location filter and people who are hiring at this company. Even you can select the
Mhm.
company's filter. So it would
Mhm.
show up all the recruiters that are starting hiring for whatever positions you have searched or whatever positions that are available there. So you can start sharing your resume to them, or you would show interest, type message saying that you are interested or how can you get in contact with them further, right? You
Mhm.
would otherwise share your resume not template but in their message
Mhm.
chat or something to start with, right? Because you directly know that person is hiring, why not steal that opportunity?
Correct. So because we generally now we have just talked about the networking and applying for jobs directly. Okay. So which do you prefer? I mean, like this is the best way. Okay. If students start approaching this way or some 50-50 chances. Okay. So they need to approach both the ways or one of the way which is where they can land the job quicker. Okay. So any ideas on that?
Yeah, I support both, because
Mhm.
why not? We have two possibilities. Either you put
Mhm.
your resumes for jobs outside, either you
Mhm.
start connecting here. We never
Mhm.
know where the best opportunity lies. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
this is the easier way, some might find, or that is the easier way. I
Mhm.
prefer both because that may
Mhm.
be the quicker one and I would get more opportunities over there. So I have
Mhm.
access to both, so why not both, I would say.
Correct. So even like recently, even we had heard about like even we have the courses for the networking. I mean, like they teach all the
Right,
strategies and stuff, right? So
right.
of course, like I will not discuss about the courses, but I just wanted to know like if I am seeing the LinkedIn profile, okay, so this is a good profile. Can you just name some of the elements? Okay, this is the must. Okay, you need to add it based on the profile pictures or based on the education, based on the certification or the project display or the post they which they generally add it, right? So can you just give us a good profile? I mean, like there's a good LinkedIn profile,
Right.
some strategies.
Right, right. So I see few LinkedIn pages like without a proper headline, right?
Mhm.
Yes, they are working at good companies and they are
Mhm.
working as at or studying at good colleges. But
Mhm.
I would say few good elements are first putting a professional headline and a
Mhm. Mhm.
professional photo which stand
Mhm.
out from the crowd, because when you are in that professional setting, people would
Mhm.
notice you as so and so or identify you as so and so. So first
Mhm.
thing, when you send a request to a person, the thing they notice is your photo or the profile
Mhm.
picture and the
Mhm.
headline. So
Yeah,
that
that's the
catches
first
the
thing, right? As
attention.
soon as person sees someone, they see the
Yeah,
photo. Yeah,
yeah,
correct.
photo, because it
Mhm.
has to be in a professional setup. I know
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
put a lot of photos in other social
Mhm.
media that
Correct.
wouldn't work, that wouldn't
Correct.
create that impact. So starting with
Correct.
that, because that is the first thing that you see for a person, and later when he comes you, okay, he's interested in your profile or he wants to do that about section that comes in. So don't make it lengthy, but put a keywords or a journey, summarized journey of yourself or the highlighting of the projects that you have done, that should help
Mhm.
to know about you in a short manner. So
Mhm.
later you could the most important thing is, I would say, education. So most people would show their experience but miss out on education. So
Mhm.
whether you're doing bachelor's or master's, you have to put up your education, and then next, if you have any experience. If no experience for the students, that should be fine. You could always
Mhm.
showcase your courses or your
Mhm.
skills. LinkedIn will
Mhm.
show up skill badges, right? So that also
Mhm.
matters. So whenever you're applying or looking for a job role, so it would
Mhm.
match that skills that you have
Correct.
mentioned with
Mhm.
that
And
profile.
even the
So
recruiters, even they when they find when they're looking for the people, I mean, they even they
yeah,
go apply all these filters as well, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that would stand out. Even if you miss that core field or core skill, right, it would not show you up to the recruiter. So
Correct.
that
Correct.
is how it is important to make it look better. And it's like a profile to you. Maybe for you it's a profile, but how would I know who is Imran, right? Through your
Mhm.
profile, I can't speak to
Mhm.
you directly. So that is
Correct.
how it is important to maintain and write all those headlines
Correct.
about sections and all.
Correct. So even like we know like networking is just not a meeting of people, right? So even apart from
Right.
that, even the communication plays a very important role, right?
Very
So
important
how
one. Yes.
important communication is in networking? We see even if they're getting into some the crowd or they're participating, but they're not speaking up, they're not. I'm like showcasing their skills. Okay, so what is the point of doing the networking, right? So along with the networking, okay, what are the extra skills? I mean, like which is an added advantage for them? Like when they go for networking, this is the must thing they need to do it. Okay, not only attending the events or attending or participating somewhere. Yeah.
So not only participating on just connecting for the sake of connecting or just for the
Mhm.
sake of presence, right? You could
Correct.
genuinely show interest and ask them like how did they get to this position. Whenever you show interest into the other person, they
Mhm.
feel that trust on you, like yes, this
Mhm.
person wants to know about me and is truly interested
Mhm.
towards me or is resonating with me. When I go
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
people and talk, I try to resonate with them or relate to
Mhm.
them, like
Mhm.
how can I relate to their field and my field, or how can I connect the points in their journey to my journey, or
Mhm.
how should I get inspired with them. So wherever you go, do your research. So not blindly going to the events or start connecting with the people going there, just saying hi, hello, exchanging contacts would not be enough. So
Mhm.
have some knowledge on the topic that they are delivering, or have some knowledge about the speaker or the key people around there, and
Mhm.
observe why are they here and what are they doing in their career, right? So that way you could maybe start having conversation within their interest that could, make your impression look good over there.
Correct. Correct.
Hmm.
So see, generally, like even the students will have that misconception. Okay, if they're participating some hackathon, some event, so they
Right.
think that they're not that good to attend that event, maybe because of the lack of technical skills or something like that. So is it technically or apart from the soft skills? Okay, so is it
Right.
technical skills is important? I'm like for the networking.
So I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
99% no, 1%
Mm-hmm.
yes. Because I
Mm-hmm.
myself, at the starting stage of my college, right, I wouldn't feel so confident that I could
Correct.
participate in this hackathon. I would straight
Mm-hmm.
off go build something in a hackathon and present to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
nobody is like that. Once you
Mm-hmm.
slowly start attending, either you win or don't lose, it doesn't matter. So the best thing is you're participating, you are in that place around good people. So good people make you cannot directly go and say yes, I will do this, I'll build this. You
Correct.
have to observe people. At least if you don't know, you'll learn. You'll meet
Correct.
someone new, you'll learn, you'll get to know, okay, this is how I have to do, this is how I have to talk or build or write code, whatever it is, either from technical perspective or from networking perspective. That is why it is important to go for these hackathons or at least
Mhm.
attend, right? At least
Mhm.
active
Mhm.
listening is the top skill that
Mhm.
would leverage that would lead
Mhm.
to networking. So if you're
Correct.
not feeling comfortable, just start listening to the people.
Yes, that's absolutely that's correct. So can you just give us like some of the common mistakes, okay, what generally students make, okay? So because even because you're a
Hmm.
working professional, even you have seen your juniors or the people who are in college, okay? So these are some general mistakes, okay, which you can highlight so that the people who are watching our podcast, okay, they'll not repeat those mistakes.
Okay, so one common mistake as we are speaking, right? So they would feel shy and they
Mhm.
would feel introverted. They would, I
Mhm.
used to feel, from my observation, I used to feel that, okay, why should I attend this event? I am not so
So not
extroverted.
you can take my example because even I was introvert. I was I'm like a very shy person. Okay, so even
Okay,
I'm even I'm taking podcast here. Like I have gained that confidence. Okay, somewhere. Okay,
confident. Yes,
yeah. So see, every person starts with a zero, right? So even
zero,
even
right,
even I'm a shy person. Even like during my school days, I was so silent. I mean, like I never like spoke in the class. Okay, so
right,
but today I've just taken the podcast with you, right?
right,
So I've gained
right.
that confidence over the time as you said when we started. Okay, it comes by the regular practice and
Practice,
so
exactly.
yeah, so those things, yeah, yeah, please continue. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I would not have that confidence, or as you told anybody, it's just that one step out of your comfort zone, right? I would
yeah.
say
Mhm.
students are in their comfort zone, obviously, because
Mhm.
we have
Mhm.
been in school, college, everybody is not so outgoing or extroverted. So the
Mhm.
mistake is that they think we can't do it for life. So it's not true.
Mhm.
Once you go and
Mhm.
step out, you'll feel that you can do better than others. right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is
Mm-hmm.
one mistake. And second thing is, once they start networking on LinkedIn or some other platform, right, they
Mm-hmm.
miss up to follow up with the connections that they have, or they'll
Mm-hmm.
just forget the network. So once you have jumped into one career, let's say once you have gotten some entry level role, so they
Mm-hmm.
would completely forget that profile and all, so they would not update
Mm-hmm.
or have touch with
Mm-hmm.
the connections.
Correct,
So
correct.
that just sits over there. So that is the
Mm-hmm.
biggest mistake. So even
Mm-hmm.
if you're progressing in your current role, you come up
Mm-hmm.
and show this so that your
Mm-hmm.
colleagues are watching. Maybe your
Mm-hmm.
next boss is watching. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
someone from your college is watching who is getting
Correct.
inspired by you. So it really
Mm-hmm.
helps. So my alumni or my senior is doing so well. Why can't I do? So those
Correct.
are the mistakes students or freshers do. Like, okay, this is thing. That's it. It's over. I have followed it. The result is not coming. It's not like that. It doesn't go
Correct.
like that, right?
Correct.
So that is what.
Yeah, so even I have seen like the people I have seen. Okay, so there are people who daily sit and send the connections. Okay, is it the right way?
Hmm.
I mean, like the people. I'm like generally, for example, I'm new to LinkedIn. Okay, so of course,
Hmm.
like when they start, they don't have much connections. Okay, so they
Right.
randomly send a connection request. Okay, it's just randomly. Okay, so like how we have the friend request in our Facebook and in Insta, right? So
Instagram.
like, is
Yeah.
it is,
Yeah.
is that a good? I mean, like, is it a good way? I mean, like sending a connection for unknown people, or it could be like something based on the interest. Yeah.
It should be, I would say, preferably it should be based on the interest only. Like, why would you randomly send request outside your field? Like, I'm a
Correct, correct.
engineering graduate. I wouldn't send
Mm,
any request to the MBA
mm,
graduate or any other
mm, mm,
sector, right?
mm.
So
And
I would
nowadays,
try.
LinkedIn even it suggests you. I mean, like if someone is sending randomly that request for someone, right? So even the LinkedIn will point out, okay, this person, you do you know this person or not, right? Yeah,
Person,
correct.
yes. So
Mm,
LinkedIn has a lot of features, right?
mm,
So that
mm,
person would be also be confused, like why this guy without any interest is trying to
correct, correct.
engage with me. So that is
Mm,
not correct. So whenever you're trying to build your LinkedIn network, start with your friend groups or your professors or your
mm,
alumni first. So
mm,
the best chances you could grow your network easily, because you know, because they know you from your
mm,
student university or whatever the groups are. So once you build up a good number amount of connection, you would have that network, this thing, right? Top 1, top 2, top 3, that networking levels. So LinkedIn would automatically suggest to their friends, right,
correct,
from their
correct.
connections.
Mm,
So
mm,
okay,
mm,
then they might see that mutual connections and start
mm,
accepting your request. So all of a sudden,
mm,
it's better than going and sending a connection request.
mm,
You would
mhm.
build network by level. So that is
Correct.
how the
Mm.
approach should be, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. So because now the industry is evolving, right? So we had machine learning, we had deep learning, now we have generative, we have
Yes.
agentic AI. So is it important like the students to be aware of like current trends and they should show up their interest in the LinkedIn?
I would say that, like, for example, every other day there is a new AI tool coming up.
Correct.
There is
Mhm.
no nothing like that. You have to show interest or you have to speak up anything. It's just a normal professional platform, like how you post on other platform. If you go somewhere, you would post your vacation pictures or something.
Correct.
So
Mhm,
take the
mhm,
same interest here. If you feel
mhm,
I have some perspective on this AI tool, right? Some ABC AI tool. So I would start writing a simple post saying that what are the advantages and how it is better than other AI chatbots or AI tools, and why should everybody use it. That's simple. So it's over. I have written a post and everybody would see my perspective. So that is how you keep building your brand over there. It's just
correct.
simple, like you're writing and you're putting your perspective over there and everybody is watching. So take the same efforts that you're putting in other platforms in here, so that everybody has that idea that yes, Aishwarya is doing this, okay, she is
Mhm,
into this, right?
mhm. So apart from like mentioning the badges and the skills, okay, if someone is doing maybe data science, okay, someone is doing data analytics, okay, apart from mentioning the course and the certification links, okay, so what do you suggest? Like, what could be some strategy so that they can show up their interest in LinkedIn apart from certifications? Okay, like generally they put up their skill set and everything. Okay, so apart from that, do they need to reach out some audience? Okay, so what are some different strategies you can just share us, like in terms of projects, or they want to share some industry oriented some advisors or something like that? Yeah.
So I would say, if there is a possibility, there are many webinars that are going on, many
Mm-hmm.
what do we call, like many other webinars or courses going on where they could attend and put that they have attended this and they
Mhm.
have learned something new, because you see
Mhm.
these are skills and courses are standardized, so anyone
Mhm.
can do
So do you
that
think
skill.
like badges and the certifications plays important role in LinkedIn when they mention?
Certifications, yes, because that would be verified, right? So badges,
Mhm.
it depends on the
Mhm.
recruiter
Mhm.
or the other
Mhm.
person how they
So
see.
certifications plays very important role, right? So
Yes,
one more. Oh,
certifications are
mm,
verified
mm,
certifications.
mhm, mhm,
So
mhm,
they do play important role. And
mm,
when you see how to get noticed other than the certifications or other, so put
mm,
up some basic projects that you have, whether it's a
mm,
student or a fresher. If you want to put
mm,
up some project,
mm,
post it on the LinkedIn and see
mm,
how people understand this project, whether they
mm,
support this or whether they find it different from others. So people
mm,
would always comment, right, how they see this, or people would share this. So you are on open platform, so you could always
correct.
share whatever you are viewing it as a this thing. So you have to share your knowledge, and maybe
Mm,
you could put your some insights, just that's it,
mm, mm,
share
mhm,
something that is
mhm,
relevant to your friends or
mm,
colleagues,
mm,
so that can also
mm.
work.
Okay. All right. So we got like so we discussed so many questions. So finally, let's have one last question. Okay. So what advice you wanted to give the students, okay, about networking for the long term success?
Okay, for the long term success, okay, for example, I might be interested on in some field and I just entered some field but want to transition into some other field.
Mm,
Students need to start networking from today itself. So the advantage would be, if you can't find good opportunities at your organization or in your network, you can always connect to new people. So
mhm,
stay in touch on that network, build your portfolio, as in your platform, consider it as more important and professional, and stick to that. Stick to your goals, and consistency is the key here. So do
correct.
not
Mm,
forget, once you reach your goal, do not
correct.
forget, keep it consistent, keep it relevant. I would say keep it relevant and aligned with your goals, so that you would have again followed by a network, and anybody in the network is always open to you. So in the same
Correct.
way, you back to the network, help other
Mhm,
people, and
mhm, mhm.
give
Yeah, that's the
opportunities.
main point, right? So when they
Right.
grow through networking, they have to help others as well. Yeah.
Help other people,
Yeah.
reply to the messages, if even if you
Mhm,
don't have anything in your hand, just
correct.
start replying and motivating other people.
Mhm.
That would be great for you and others.
Okay. All right. So let's wait for a few questions. Okay. If the participants had some of the questions, so we'll
Sure.
take up. Okay. Yes. Yes. If you have any questions, you can just type in chat. So you can just ask any of the questions for the Ashwarya. Let's wait for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes.
Sure.
So I just wanted to ask, like, so generally, like people who look for the job, like recruiters generally, okay. So
Right.
do you think like they have the that channels, okay, where they go to the LinkedIn and look for the people by themselves, like based on the
Yes.
skill set here?
Yes, I would say yes. I have observed that definitely recruiters are going through your profiles, and it happened to me that recruiter has went through my profile and then started
Mhm.
contacting me. I
Yeah,
would say
correct.
yes, you
Mhm.
may get the opportunity or not. They
Mhm.
might find it relevant or
Mhm.
not. But yes,
Mhm.
recruiter do keep looking at your profile
Mm.
to find that
Even they'll
interest.
reach out, right? I mean, like they reach
Yes,
out to you, like based on whatever the skill set or whatever the experience you're carrying, right? So based on that,
yes,
they're gonna reach out to you. Yes, yeah. It's not
yes.
like even they people will think, okay, so what if like we need to go and send the messages connections? No, it's not like that. People actually, the recruiters reach out to you, people like based on your skill set and based on whatever
They are
certifications
actively
and
looking
okay,
for. Yes,
correct,
they are
correct. Yes.
actively looking for.
All right, I think I should. Yeah, like we have no questions. Okay, so that's great. Okay, you have given a lot of insights. Okay, so thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Okay, and yes,
Thank
all the
you.
best for your career. And yeah, thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
yeah, bye. Yeah. Bye. Thanks.